Hello everyone, welcome back to another video about Assassin's Creed Origins. So today, we're going to be talking about more of the little details and features that have been released about the game, and different pieces of gameplay that I've found across the internet that you guys may find interesting. As with the last video, this gameplay is provided by Brett or UB Central. If you guys want to go watch the raw, uncut gameplay of the gameplay that he got whilst he was at E3, go over to his channel, the link will be in the description. And without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that Ashraf Ismail said regarding the controls of the game. So you guys may know that the controls of this Assassin's Creed game are completely different to previous ones. In this game, pushing the left stick forward all the way means you run at a certain speed, and you control the speed completely with the analog stick. You don't do it with RT this time. But Ashraf Ismail did say on the UB blog that we will have the ability to be able to activate something called legacy controls. Now this means that it will go back to the old controller style of the old Assassin's Creed games, like Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate, with RT or the trigger on any console that you're on being the high profile button. Now this is kind of cool because people that want to go back to those controller schemes can go back to them, and they can go back to the old Assassin's Creed style. But I think that this game has different controls for a reason. These controls were specifically made for the game, so it will be best to play them with the new controls. However, you can go back to the old ones if you want to and don't really care about the specific build that the controls are for this game. Something that I thought was really cool is a video that was posted on Eurogamer Spain a few days ago, which shows desert gameplay of Assassin's Creed Origins. Now I haven't seen any other gameplay of this anywhere on the internet, so it does look really fucking cool. You can see that Bayek leaves footprints in the sand obviously, and that looks really awesome. And there's a variety of different animals such as cobras, hyenas. There's also various different bandits that ride camels and can attack you as you're traveling through the desert as well, which I think is really cool. There's a variety of different oases in the map too, and that's really fucking awesome because it means there's such a diverse amount of land with different types of sand, different rocks, and the world's just gonna look really diverse and really fucking beautiful. Also in these deserts you can find various different ruins scattered around amongst the sand, and you can also find little settlements that are dotted between the huge cities and the more important settlements, which is really fucking awesome. Not to mention that there's also various different dynamic weathers that can happen when you're in the desert too, and there can be things such as sandstorms and also desert mirages. I just cannot wait to explore this game. The game seems so diverse, the world seems so vast, and these desert sections are definitely beautiful with all the animals, all the different dynamic weathers, all the different little ruins you can find, and the secrets that are dotted around the place. It's going to be such an in-depth world, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it so I can just be let loose in the open world of Assassin's Creed Origins. Something that was mentioned on the UB blog was new weapons of varying rarity are scattered around the open world's loot, and the little poking around in fortified mercenary camps produced new swords, shields, paired daggers, heavy maces, and more, each of which opened up new fighting styles to keep enemies guessing. The full list of weapon categories, according to Ismail, consists of regular swords, sickle swords, dual blades, heavy clubs, heavy blades, scepters, and spears, and Bayek can also fight barehanded. You can amass a sizable collection of gear for different purposes, and eventually unlock quick swap slots that let you switch between two melee weapons or bows without heading into the inventory screen. It makes me happy to see the amount of weapons and the amount of armor and all the gear they're putting into the game, because there's 8 different types of weapons, and imagine all the different weapons that are under those archetypes, and all the different levels and all the different varieties of weapons you're going to have in the game. Not to mention that you can also equip 2 types of weapon at once, like in the old Assassin's Creed games. So now you can have a khopesh and a spear, or a heavy blade and an axe and stuff like that at the same time, which makes me very happy. It doesn't mean I have to fucking now go into the menu and select a new weapon if I want to play with a different weapon style. It means you can just have multiple weapons equipped at once and switch out of them in combat if you want to change up your combat style. Something that was very interesting is that on the UB blog page it said that Bayek starts the game with most of his basic gear except for the hidden blade. Now on the wiki it also says in the trivia section, Bayek also has a missing ring finger on his left hand for the use of the hidden blade, similar to the Levantine Brotherhood of Assassins during the Crusades. So this leads me to believe that we'll possibly get a scene where Bayek has to do the assassin ritual and get his ring finger cut off when he activates the hidden blade, because obviously if he starts the game off without the hidden blade and he's got a missing ring finger, you gotta put 2 and 2 together, you know. There must be a scene in the game where Bayek has his ring finger cut off because he activated the mechanism on the hidden blade. Now, never before in Assassin's Creed in a game have we seen a scene where the main character has their ring finger cut off in the assassin ceremony when they're first activating their hidden blade. We've only seen it in a fan production where it shows Altair when he first got his hidden blade, and how when he snicks his hidden blade out, they kind of rub their hand on a wall, and then it shows all of the assassins before them who have also gone through that ceremony. But we've never seen it in an actual game. We've only seen it in interpretations of outer media, so it would be really cool to, you know, kind of tie that up in a nice bow and show how it happens and what it looks like and how it affects the person that does it, because it is really cool and I definitely want to see more of it. Speaking of the origin of the assassins, someone also asked Ashraf Ismail if someone just decided, I'm gonna put on a hood. That's what they asked. And then Ashraf said, no, there are stories behind all of this, and these are experiences you explore in the game. So it seems like in this game they're definitely gonna explore all of the different traditions of the different assassins and how Bayek probably founded them. You know, he probably founded all of the stuff we know about the assassins today, which is really fucking cool to see. We're going to see all of the stuff that makes Assassin's Creed, and how Bayek made it a tradition when he founded the Brotherhood of Assassins. As a little side note, a feature that I think is kind of cool in the game is Bayek also has what seems to be an inexhaustible supply of torches, which can light his way through dark places. They also have another, more sinister use. He can throw them to light certain materials on fire, torching straw huts and setting oil slicks ablaze. And if you don't mind taking a bit of burning damage in the name of showmanship, you can add a dash of daredevil panache to your leaps of faith by tossing a lit torch into a waiting hay bale and diving after it. Obviously, there's no practical use for this whatsoever, because all you do is take damage, but it looks cool, and that's what I love about it. This is something Assassin's Creed Origins does so much. A lot of the little details that you can do that don't really add anything to the game at all, they just look cool and they're there for the player to enjoy, nothing more. It's fucking awesome. They're adding all these small details into it, such as when Bayek, when he gets out of water, he shakes his arms. That's just to add to all the immersion of the game. You know, he shakes himself up when he gets out of the water. There's just loads of different really cool things they're adding into the game to add up those little details overall. Now, moving on to the more practical and cooler parts of the game, although the last point was pretty cool, this is kind of more for exploration. It says, for the first time, Assassin's Creed Origins seamlessly integrates underwater exploration with the rest of its world, letting you freely dive wrecks and underwater ruins in search of loot. Some of the highlights of Moris include the sunken temple of Nephoros, marked by a Sobek statue jutting out of the water, and a shipwreck containing golden treasures key to one of the demo's missions. Both are a great opportunity to use Bayek's Animus Pulse ability, a wave that highlights loot items and other points of interest with briefly flickering sparks. All these different exploration types really do get me excited, because as you guys know, I love exploring in these Assassin's Creed games and in any open world game at all. When there's a place to explore, I'll be exploring it. But if you didn't know already, a Sobek statue would be a statue of the crocodile Egyptian god, and he's got a big crocodile head, and obviously it's an underwater shipwreck type thing, so I guess that kind of links a little bit. This could, I guess, link to the theory that every different tomb has its own boss based on one of the Egyptian gods, because in the initial trailer we had Apep, which was the snake god, and I guess this could link to the crocodile god being a kind of boss in the game. But yet again, I think that's a very far-fetched theory that each tomb will have its own boss. I think that's just the snake will be a part of the main story, and it's some form of hallucination that Bayek will see. Anyway, this is really only the information that caught my eye recently, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe for more Assassin's Creed Origins news and content in the future, and also remember to comment down in the comment section below telling me what you think of all of this. I might make a video soon with my predictions and my theories for the modern day in Assassin's Creed Origins, because there's a few hints here and there that might tell you a little scraps of detail about the modern day, such as the different types of, you know, Animus UI and everything. But I'm going to be going into that in the video when I make it, if I do make it at any point. Anyway, I've got loads of Assassin's Creed Origins content to be making. It's great to actually have content to make. This time last year, we were still making Assassin's Creed Empire speculation, hoping that we get some form of trailer or announcement in the early of 2017, and, you know, not expecting that there'd be too long for us to wait, but it seems like we've only just recently got an announcement for it. But this game looks fucking awesome. I'm going to be covering it all the way up until its release, and it's going to be fucking great. I'm also going to be streaming it when it comes out, so be sure to tune into those when the game actually releases. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.